When a loved one passes, there's only one good thing you can say about it. In the pain of their passing, you get to experience a form of clarity that nothing else can match. When a loved one is gone, you know, really know, that all that matters is saying, "I love you." Everything else is pointless in comparison. If you've had this experience, your loved one has given you a chance like none other. You get to live the rest of your life in the remembrance of what they taught you about love. This is how you love them after they are gone. This is living without regret. Day 52. The other side of love. It's as if the pain of losing a loved one, like the joys of parenting or the astonishing vibrancy of romantic love, has the power to complete our training in love. In the clarity of grief, we see that there is only how much we loved them. In the clarity of grief, we see that there is no other side of love. Loss has the power to touch us in such a way that we no longer see any point in working against what we can work for. We decide to leave fighting against things to those who have the time. It is only in this light that we can begin the practice of nonviolence. It is only after completing our training in love that we can begin to choose only love. Once love has truly taken hold, it becomes clear that although there are many demands on us and many competing priorities, at the end of the day, there's only one thing worth living and dying for. My training was completed on a cold winter morning as I heard the ambulance coming for my sister. As I waited for the men, who would come too late, I knew that our time is short. It will mean something, or it won't, and love will be the judge. Day 53. Generosity. If we are lucky, life will humble us. We will be brought low by love and gratitude and find that place within us that wants only to be kind and generous. We may not have had much practice with these feelings, but we are willing to learn. We find that whatever time we have left, we are more than willing to devote to learning how to love well. There's usually something we can do, a volunteer position, a training we can take. For some of us, it is a yoga class to teach. Once we have embarked on a path of service, however humble, we find that we have bound ourselves to a path of self-awareness. If we want to be truly helpful, we must learn to get out of our own way. The heart awakens the desire to serve. The desire to serve awakens the desire to serve wisely. Day 54. Giving and receiving. I was taught that there are two aspects of yoga: sitting quietly and sweeping the garden. This idea captures the relationship between service to others and the everyday practices of yoga. Sitting quietly is the inner work of yoga. Sweeping the garden is the outer work. Whether we begin with the inner work by going to a yoga class or the outer work by serving our community in some way, we find that one does not last long without the other. The phenomenon of burnout in the helping professions speaks to the fact that if we don't recharge our batteries, they run out. The 10 years around yoga phenomenon, in which students spend time around yoga without actually getting that much out of it, speaks to the need for a measurable positive from practice besides a little stress reduction and toned abs and buns. By consciously linking our inner work with our outer work, we create a synergistic dynamic of giving and receiving that makes living our yoga sustainable. Day 55. Keeping it fun. I began linking the practices of my life with something deeply compelling early on. The first kind of training I ever undertook was getting ready for varsity football. I'd seen the older kids work out with weights, and all of them talked about Nautilus equipment as offering the best range of motion. There was a Nautilus facility a mile or so from my house, and for a long, hot summer, I made my way to the gym 3 times a week. Nautilus was in a largely windowless rectangular building in a defunct section of an industrial park. There was no AC, nor were there any attempts at decor. There was a constant clanking and grunting, and the place smelled bad. AJ, the friend I began training with, dropped out within a couple of weeks, and for the rest of the summer, I was on my own. This was not like playing basketball with friends, swept up in the joy of